Welcome back to another Pokemon Throwback Thursday, where every single Thursday morning I post a video covering everything vintage, and we do go over all the big recent auction sales for English and some Japanese cards. And I do have to say, if you guys could please hop over to my Instagram and give me a follow there, I would really appreciate that. Just know I post something there every single day, whether it's something from my personal collection or Pokemon related news like cards or sets being revealed. And then if you guys do like this content, please make sure you hit the notification bell, subscribe, leave a like and comment. Leaving a like and a comment helps the absolute most. And just know if you do leave a comment, I comment back to every single person. And if you want to support more, you can now become a member, it's only 99 cents. And all that, you guys know what to do. But all right, let's get to it. So we are starting off with Jungle Unlimited, and then we are going to go into Jungle First Edition. Starting off with the big boy, looks like it's going up, was $1,900 in a PSA 10, now $2,800. We will check the big boom price while looking at some raw. We got a model we played for 20, model we played for 35. We got a near mint for 51. We got a PSA 9 for $198, and then before that, a PSA 9 no symbol sold for $240. And then the all-time high was pretty recently in 2023, $3,050. Pretty solid for an unlimited card, because you got to remember these do have unlimited and first edition. We are checking out the Flareon. Coming down in price, was $600 in July in a 10, now $400 in a 10. Check that big boom price. While we check some raw, we got a PSA 9 at 110, another one at 102. We got a near mint at 40, a lightly played near mint at 25, another near mint at 26, and a misprint no symbol at $40. And the big boom price was $1,150 in December of 2021. Next, we got the Jolteon. And the reason why I do these videos, a lot of people think vintage is just so expensive and you just can't get it. But a lot of these unlimited holos are very affordable in a raw, especially if you just compare them to a Sword and Shield alternate art. They're pretty cheap. Next, we got the Jolteon PSA 10, $675. Check the boom. And then, well, the last sale was $480. That just happened. So that's pretty solid. What else do we got here? Can we find a near mint? 31. Model played for 39. A near mint for 32. PSA 9 for 103. The all-time high was $2,850 in November of 2022. Next, we got the Pidgeot. One of the best Pidgeot arts. I just love this card. Makes Pidgeot look super tough. Coming down in price was $1,125 in April. Now $511 in May is the last sale. Check that all time, which was $2,200 in October of 2021. And raw lightly played $10. Lightly played plus for $17.99. Looking for that near mint. We got a PSA 9 here for $100. And can't find a near mint to save my life here. $34.99 for the no symbol. PSA 9 here for $60. That's super cheap. Wow, there we go. Near mint, lightly played, close enough. $25.99. Next, we got Scyther. Very solid card. I love Scyther. No complaints about the design of Scyther. Was $661 in the PSA 10 in June. Now $568. Check that all time while checking some raw. We got a near mint, 27. Another one for $27.85. Another near mint for 32. Model we played for 20. Near mint for 38. Can we find a PSA 9? $140. And the year high was $1,000 in August of 2022. Still during the boom, kinda. Next, we got the Victory Bell. Pretty solid art. Again, a lot of the Pokemon are just standing there, just sitting there. I do like the ones where they're actually moving, which is why Pinsir is one of my favorite all-time vintage cards. So Victory Bell is $277 in a PSA 10 in May. Check the all-time, and then we'll do some raw. We got an excellent for 21. Lightly played for 22. PSA 9 for 51. And then a near mint for $20. I really feel like these PSA 9s are just super undervalued. And the big boom price was $840 in June of 2021. Next, we got the Pinsir. Can you tell why I like this art? You can actually tell that he's like charging, you know, a little bit of movement to the card. Very solid. Coming down in price a little bit, was $745, now $406. Check that all time. And we'll look at some raw here. We got a near mint at 37.14, 26.89, 28.81. See if we can find that 9. Not seeing one right here. 50 bucks. Like, that's so cheap. $50 for a PSA 9. I know it's unlimited, but still. And then the all-time high is about $900 in July of 2022. So next we got the Niddle Queen. Beautiful card. Love that light blue on her. Coming down 950 to 325. And then for raw, we got a 24.58. Excellent for 28.29. We got a near mint for 20 bucks, lightly played for 11.50. We got a PSA 9 for 69.95. And that all-time high was, well, 950 in 2023, but before that was $999 in 2020. So right around that $1,000 mark, just like Pincer. Next, we got the Venomoth. Not a bad art. Coming up in price was $250 in April in a 10. Now $429. And then for raw, we got a near mint for 16, near mint for 1920, lightly played for 12. Looking for that 9, $77. So not too bad. And the all-time high was $825 in 2022, November. All right, next we got Mr. Mime. Love the purple on this card. Really, really pops. And I like the swirls on the back. One of the few cards that actually has a little design to the background. A lot of the backgrounds are pretty plain. PSA 10 is $297. And we got a near mint at $46. Moderately played at $12.95. Lightly played at $13.99. See if we can find that PSA 9 again. 60 bucks. Not too shabby. And the all-time high was $1,100 in January 2022. Surprising. I feel like a lot of people do not like Mr. Mime. They say he's creepy. Next, we got the Vaporeon. PSA 10 was $1,800. And then for raw, we just had this card on one of our last top 30 under 30. And it was right around $30 to $35 to find it in pretty solid condition. But we got a near mint here for $12.17. We got a $40 one here. We got an $18 one here. Remember though, everybody's near mint is different. You'll be shocked at how many terrible near mint cards there are on eBay and stuff. It is absolutely wild. So yeah, it is going to be at least 30 bucks to find this card in decent condition. And the all-time high was 5,250 bucks. I really like the art on Vaporeon. I think it has like the best stance, but I like the background the most on Flareon just because it's got the blue in the one corner, the red on the other corner, and the green going in the middle. I really think that stands out. I stare at it every time. All right, we got the Vileplume here. It was $1,150 in a 10. Raw, we can get it shipped for, we got $26.89 for a near mint. $33. Again, a lot of these cards are going to be around the $20 to $40 price range. Next, we got the Vileplume. $1,150 in a PSA 10. Check that. Big boom price. And then we got a near mint here for $26.89. Null symbol for $33.36. PSA 9 for 60 bucks. And that all-time high is $1,575 in 2023 in March. Next, we got the Clefable. Again, another very solid card because it looks like, you know, she's actually using a move. I like the rock. You can kind of tell it's like a forest background. Coming down was $380 in a 10, now $305. We got to check that big boom price. And then for raw, we got a near mint at 25, 29, 16, 25. Excellent at 23. And we got a PSA 9 here at 60 bucks. Next, we got the Wigglytuff. Again, I don't really love the backgrounds where it just looks like kind of nothing. This card is $517 in a PSA 10. And then for raw, we got a near mint excellent for 21. We got a near mint for 28. And we got a PSA 9 at 46. And the all-time high was $3,550 in January of 2000. Not November of 2022. All right, I think we only have 2 left. Yep, Electrode and Kangaskhan. So Electrode is $243 in a PSA 10. Definitely dropping. And then for raw, we got a near mint for $20. Another near mint for 20 bucks. And we got a PSA 9 for $102. And the all-time high was $639 in January of 2021. Only 73 10s in the world. All right, last on the list, Kangas Kong at the bottom. I think Kangas Kong is a very, very solid art, though. Super cool. Coming down at $744 in a PSA 10. And then for raw, we got a, doesn't say, near mint for $5. I don't trust that. Lightly played for 11 bucks. We got a PSA 9 for $42. Not bad. Lightly played for $9.65. And the all-time high was $1,530 in 2021. All right, now we are hopping to first edition. Checking out the big boy Snorlax. Now, I personally do have this set complete for Unlimited and first edition. So it's coming up, was $6,350 in a 10. Now it's $7,850. And for raw, this one's going to be a little tougher. We got a PSA 8 for $229. We got a near mint at $90. We got another PSA 9 at $666, $655. We got another near mint at $570. So many cards don't say the condition. A moderately played at $80. And there's that first edition PSA 10, $7,850. Just happened recently. Another near mint for $140. I'm thinking it's going to be, you know, the mid 100s to really get a true near mint card of Snorlax in first edition. And the big boom price was $15,700 in November of 2020. Super, super crazy. Next, we got the Jolteon. I do like this card. I love the blue and the yellow background with the spikes. Just looks dangerous. PSA 10, $2,500. And for raw, we got a moderately played, heavily played for $50. PSA 9 for $387, $320, $330. We got a near mint at $132. PSA 9 at $320. Moderately played at $40. PSA 9 at $295. So definitely all over the place. We got a near mint here at $165. And the all-time high was $3,200 in September of 2022. And the all-time high was $3,199 in June of 2023. All right, next we got the Flareon. But can you see what I'm talking about with the red and the blue and the green background? It is beautiful. When you get this card in mint condition, that holo just pops. So it's going up right now. It was $1,745 in a 10. Now $2,811. Checking the boom price and looking at raw and PSA 9s. We got a PSA 9 at $236. Lightly played, moderately played at $55. There's the PSA 10 here at $2,811. That just happened. Another 9 at $305. Near mint at $90. Lightly played at $80. Near mint at $135. So yeah, near mint to mint $125. So it looks like it's around the $125 price range. And the big boom price was $3,840 in October of 2020. Not too shabby. Next, we got the Vaporeon. Very, very solid art. Let's see here. $4,000 in a 10. Check that all time. And raw, $189. This card is kind of hard to find in really, really good condition, I must say. Mine's kind of near mint, lightly played. I would love to replace it. I do have a few of them, and they're all kind of near mint, lightly played. We got a near mint at $135, a PSA 9 at $500. So not too shabby. And the all-time high was $14,700. Wow. Next, we got the Scyther. Coming up was $1,250 in July. Now $1,571 in a 10. And then for raw and PSA 9, we got a $209 for a 9, $195 for a 9, $227, $209. I think that's relatively affordable. And then near mint, $50. Near mint, $110. That's a little more like it. And the all-time high was $2,500 in March of 2021. All right, next we got the Pidgeot. Remember, these are all the first editions. PSA 10, $2,400. And then for raw, we got a near mint at $60. We got a PSA 9 at $239, $224. A near mint lightly played at $79.99. A PSA 8 at $113. And that all-time high was very recent at $2,500, and that was in February of 2024. So that card's kind of going up in price right now for the Pidgeot. Next, we got the Wigglytuff. PSA 10, 1780. And then we got a PSA 9 at 170, 206, 230, 162. And then for near mint raw, we got a barely lightly played at 40. $70. Near mint right here, $65. So honestly, not terrible. And the all-time high was $2,853 in October of 2020. All right, next we got the Nitto Queen. Looking like a boss. PSA 10, $910 right now. And then we got a PSA 9 at 192, 161, 150, 179, 157. Let's see if we can find that near mint. They're always hiding these near mints on me. We had a lightly played at $37.99. Right here, mint condition, $62. So not terrible. And PSA 10, $1,700 in March of 2021. All right, we got my boy Pincer. Kind of excited to see how expensive he was. $999 in June 2024 right now. And for raw, we got $35. Doesn't say the condition, of course. But we got a PSA 9 at 155, 202, 160, 134, 116 for a PSA 8. A played for 33. Here's a near mint for $73. All right, we got a PSA 9 at 155, 202, 160, 134. And then for raw, we got a played at 33. A lightly played at 35. Another one at 39. Here's a near mint, $20. That can't be right. There's no way that's a true near mint. I want to say it's around $60, $70. $37 for like a true near mint. It says mint for 32. I swear last time I checked. PSA 9 for 141. Near mint $60. Near mint lightly played $60. A lot of people do put first edition when it's not even a first edition. They just think because it's an old vintage card, it's first edition. It happens a ton. And the all-time high was very recent, $1,775 in May of 2024. And then it dropped down to $1,000. So this card's still holding pretty decent value compared to the rest. Next, we got Mr. Mime. Just chilling with the swirls. PSA 10, $930. And then we got a PSA 9 at 192. 196. Near mint at 26. PSA 9 at 190. Another near mint at $55. And that all-time high was $1,685 in March of 2021. And then we got the Victory Bell. We got a PSA 10 for $1,000. And then recently we got a PSA 9 for 135, 130, a near mint for 93, another PSA 9 for 195, lightly played, moderately played for $40. And the all-time high was $1,900 in July of 2021. Next, we got the Vileplume. Pretty solid card. I really like Vileplume, like the Pokemon itself. PSA 10, $800. And then we got a $55 raw, doesn't say. PSA 9, 107, 132.9. Another 9 for 179. Here's a near mint for 25. Lightly played for 48. Prices are all over the place. Here's a near mint for $45. That's a little more like it. And the PSA 10 is $1,200 in 2020 in October. Next, we got the Venomoth. PSA 10, $700. Gotta check the boom price. And we got a 9 for 100, 139, 152. Lightly played for 22. A near mint for 40. And that all-time high was $1,475 in March of 2021. Definitely crazy how much these cards have fallen. Next, we got the Electrode, the Pokemon that is just a Pokeball. Coming up in price was $535 in a 10. Now $660. Gotta check the boom. And then we got a PSA 9 at 105. We got a PSA 1 at 40. Another 9 at 86. Another 9 at 102. Another 9 at 159. 89. 83. Wow, these 9 prices are all over the place. Can't even find a regular near mint. Here we go, $43. And that all-time high is $1,100 in March of 2021. All right, next we got the Kangaskhan. Got 2 left. PSA 10 is $2,325. There's only 70 of them in the world. And then we got a PSA 1 at 63. I don't know who's buying PSA 1s. I know they have people that collect them. I just don't get it at all. PSA 9, 137, 147. Near mint lightly played at 1750. We got a 209 PSA 9. We got a PSA 8 at 91. We got a $33 model you played and a $51 near mint with the all-time high $5,500 in February 2021. And last on the list, we got the Clefable PSA 10 $2,325. And then for Rob, we got a lightly played at 15, moderately played at 45, PSA 9 at 220, 160, lightly played at 45. We got a 21 here, near mint it says, but it's a little cheap. PSA near mint 7 for $50. Lightly played, moderately played for 30. And here's a regular near mint for $40. Is that another 9? Here's a regular raw for $97.42. So that is a very, very clean copy. And that all-time high was $8,000 in 2021. So just imagine that, buying that at $8,000 and now it's worth $2,325. This is why you never buy when stuff is super hyped up, which right now, vintage is not very hyped up. So now would be an okay time to start picking up some awesome vintage grails, especially with the whole scanning thing. I feel like a lot of people are going to be afraid to get vintage sealed, so they're just going to go vintage raw or graded. So I'm definitely going to start stocking up, especially, I mean, all of these holos in a PSA 9 are so cheap. I mean, the first editions, of course, are a little more expensive, but all right, we are hopping to the weekly auctions. So we got a PSA 10 Charmeleon holo from EX Team Rocket Returns, $1,200. That is wild. I mean, it costs more than the Kabutops Skyridge Crystal card in a PSA 10, which sold for $1,170. Super crazy. CGC 8.5 Pikachu Gold Star, $1,170. We got a first edition Sabrina's Gengar in a CGC regular 10, $1,140. Umbreon VMAX still coming down in a PSA 10, $1,080. We got an awesome Gengar EX, which I need this card, from Fire Red and Leaf Green. Beckett 9.5, $1,050. Another Umbreon for $1,050 in a 10. And we got a first edition Jolteon in a basic CGC 10, sold for $990. First edition for Alligator in a PSA 10, sold for $990. Legendary Collection basic CGC 10 Articuno, sold for $990. We got an unlimited Venusaur in a CGC Pristine 10, sold for $960. I feel like that should be worth a little more. And again, same thing, CGC Pristine for an unlimited Alakazam, $930. We got a first edition Shiny Noctowl in a PSA 10, $930. First edition Shadowless Poliwrath in a PSA 9, $900. We got a Hitmonchan EX. Awesome card. I just love this card. My version is a little rough, probably grade like a 6. I would love to get a little cleaner copy. PSA 10, though, like I said, $900 for that Hitmonchan. We got some more unlimited cards. We got the Mewtwo in a Pristine 10, CGC 870. We got the Zapdos in a Pristine 10, 870. Ooh, we got the Entei EX from Team Rocket Returns in a 10, 840. We got the Raichu Unlimited in a Pristine 10, 810. First edition Alakazam in a PSA 8, sold for $810. We got a Raikou EX from EX Deoxys, PSA 10, $810. We got a Here Comes Team Rocket from EX Team Rocket Returns, PSA 10, $780. And that's Japanese. And then to end it off, we got a Magneton Unlimited base set, Pristine 10. And to end it all off, we got a Magneton Unlimited base set, Pristine 10, $750. So someone was definitely selling off all of those Pristine 10 Unlimiteds. I couldn't do it. All right, we're going to check some Japanese. We got the Sun and Moon Limited Collection Master Battle Set Pikachu CGC Pristine 10, $1,170. We got the Neo 4 Shining Charizard in a CGC 8 for $1,110. We got the Registeel Gold Star in a 10 for $1,110. We got the first edition Charizard EX number 90 in a CGC Pristine 10, sold for $1,100. And then we got the Charizard V. This is the promo from the Champion's Path for us. For them, it's like a contest winner or something. PSA 10, $1,110. We got one of the best Gengar cards of all time, the Gengar Japanese Vending Series promo. Such an awesome card. In an 8, sold for 1,080. Next, we got the Crystal Kabutops in a 10, 1,080. We got the XY promo special box Holo Lugia Pikachu in a 10, sold for 1,080. Another promo that we get that's probably $30 for us. I mean, in a 10, it's a decent amount, but not as much as this. It's the Festa Mewtwo EX in a 10, 1,050. And we got the Latios and Latias GX tag team, only $1,050. Honestly, pretty affordable, half the price of the English version. Next, we got the Scream Pikachu in a 9, 1,020. We got the Crystal Golem in a PSA 10, $990. I love that card. That's probably one of my favorite crystal cards. I know people hate me for that, but then we got another crystal card here. We got the Ho-Oh in a PSA 7, $960. And then we got the Umbreon EX in a 10, $960. The Crystal Kingdra in a 10, $930. Another one of those Mewtwo's, $930. And we got a Jumbo Charizard Auto. Oh, wow. It's by Arita. PSA Pop 1 of 3, 4 or higher, $900. And we got a Mewtwo Gold Star PSA 10, $900. Oh, wow. This card is dark. The Japanese Black and White Zekrom in a PSA 7, $900. And we got a Japanese Vending Prism Alakazam in a 10, $870. We got a CGC Pristine, the old label, for the Birthday Pikachu for $870. And we got some awesome Pikachu promos. I swear they get the best Pikachu promos. But the Festa Pikachu PSA 10 sold for $870. And the Pristine, same exact card, in a 10, sold for $870. But I mean, if you're really looking at this card, it is wild. Like, look at that. Insane. Wow. Such a beautiful card. I mean, just having like the Mega Gengar in there is just wild. And to end it off, we got the 2019 Japanese Sun and Moon Limited Collection Master Battle Pikachu. PSA 10, $870. But all right, that was today's Pokemon Throwback Thursday. If you guys do have any sets you guys want me to do a deep dive in like we did today for Jungle, please let me know down below in the comments. And I'll get a big list going and we'll start tackling a bunch of these older sets and start, you know, giving some love to these older cards. Because I swear, so many people think vintage is just unobtainable, so expensive. But as you've seen, I mean, we're getting PSA 9 Holo Unlimiteds for like $40 to $75. Like, that's pretty cheap. I mean, you can barely buy a PSA 10 alternate art for that price. So, yeah, I really like the series. Even though it probably gets my least amount of views, I don't really care. I really, really love vintage, and I've been collecting vintage my entire life. So, and like I said before, if you could hop over to my Instagram and please give me a follow, I would really, really appreciate that. And, you know, membership, all that, subscribe, notification bell, like, comment. You guys know what to do. But I want you guys to have an excellent morning. And if you guys want to watch my last Pokemon What If Wednesday, where I go through all the investing and collecting questions from last week, click this video here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.